Even numbers and forced induction remind me a lot of Audi. In fact, superficially, the M4 seems to be quite a bit different than its ancestors. Now, as someone who is in love with the M3 lineage, I am praying that BMW didn't mess this one up. From screaming inline 6s to high-revving V8s, the M3s have always had one thing in common. Well, other than their name, the fact that their engines are naturally aspirated. Now, before we delve under the hood into the specs, let's talk about the nomenclature, because things have changed quite a bit. Controversially, BMW has changed its lineup entirely. You've now got an array of odd and even numbers and four-door coupes. It used to be simple. With the E90 series M3, you had the M3 sedan, which of course meant it had 4 doors, and the M3 coupe, which had 2. Not the case anymore. The M3 coupe is no longer, it's been replaced with the M4. So this is the M4, and it's twin turbocharged. That's right, naturally aspirated power has been replaced with turbos. We've got a 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6 that produces, now stock, this car is not stock, and we'll talk about that later, 425 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. Now, thanks to these turbos, that full torque is available at a low 1,850 RPMs. That means this thing has a lot of low-end grunt. The problem with the stock M4 is the sound. In efforts to please government regulations and the mass market, as well as have interior cabin noise reduced, the exhaust on the M4 is simply too quiet. Now, to remedy that, BMW is piping engine noises through the car's speaker system in a program called Active Sound. Thankfully, the engine noise is real, it's not artificial, but in stock form, it leaves something to be desired. It doesn't feel like it has that soul that the old M cars had. Now, this, anything but. We've got Dinan cans and a Remus straight pipe mid pipe with active exhaust. So you can put it in loud mode, quiet mode, however you're feeling, and it sounds absolutely mean. The M4 has 2 transmission options, a 7-speed DCT that's equipped here, as well as a standard 6-speed manual. Now, my choice would be the 6-speed manual. You also save $2,900. You can spend that on tires, because when the boost kicks in on this car, it likes to light up the rears. Power comes on a bit differently than before. Now, it's still linear. You can't feel any significant turbo lag, but when the turbos do spool up at higher RPMs, you do feel the back start to kick out a bit, and the power comes on pretty intensely. It's fantastic. They did a very, very good job of making the car seem almost naturally aspirated. The DCT is a good system. Downshifts are quick, upshifts are crisp. It's about as responsive as it can get. But I do feel like because it's offered, and soon cars like this will no longer be available with a manual, standard 6-speed would be the way to go. One thing's for certain, the M4 is absolutely stunning, especially in this Yas Marina blue, which thanks to Auto Armor was fitted with this clear satin Expel wrap that makes the finish a little bit more matte. Looks absolutely incredible in person, coupled with some of the most brilliant upgrades I've ever seen on an M4. Now, Tag Motorsports built this car. It's got a set of HREs that cost nearly $10,000, and equipped with Michelin Pilot Super Sports, you're going north of that. Now, on the interior, it's stunning as well. They've done a fantastic job going above and beyond the previous generation E90 series M3 to making this both a luxury car and a sports car at the same time. Something that can be daily driven and then taken to the track at the Nürburgring and tearing up the back roads. The leather is absolutely sumptuous. It feels great, but what I love most about the interior in this car is the seats. They are fantastic. Some of the best seats I've been in a long time. They hug you very, very well throughout the turns. Got adjustable side bolsters. Depending upon your weight, you can adjust that easily on the side here. But absolutely nailed it with the seating position. The car is quick with every Dinan upgrade under the sun, apart from the suspension. This car is pushing over 530 at the crank. 0 to 60 on a stock one is under 4 seconds. This is going to be a little quicker than that. First time I drove a stock M4, I was a bit underwhelmed. Now, possible it was due to the fact that the car was in the break-in period, but this, it's out of the break-in period. It's got some aftermarket upgrades. The power is fantastic. I'm so thankful that BMW didn't F up. The steering is still that sublime BMW M feel. It's properly quick. The interior is leaps and bounds above any other generation. Exterior styling is on point. It's just a hell of a fun car to drive. I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I did filming it. Please follow the owner of this vehicle on Instagram. It's at YasMadness. Some epic photos of this car there. But like always, please browse our channel and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. I look forward to seeing you next video.